Hey guys, this is Mr. Lee, and in this video series, we're going to learn how to find the area of polygons. Now, this is going to be a two-parter. In the first part, we're going to learn how to find the area of quadrilaterals and triangles. And in our second part, we're going to learn how to apply that to find polygons like this and this. So let's begin. In our first example, they want us to find the area of the square below. Now, a square is a kind of rectangle in which all the sides are equal or congruent. So let's write our formula for area of a rectangle, which is base times height. Now, we know that if the base is 7, the height is also 7 because you'll see from these little markings that that means the sides are congruent or equal. So all the sides equal 7. So we're going to replace B with 7, and we're going to replace H with 7. And 7 times 7 is 49, so that is our final answer. The area of the square is 49 inches squared. Let's try to find the area of the rectangle below. The area equals base times height. We know the base, which is 3. Replace B with 3. The height is 8 centimeters. Replace H with 8. And 3 times 8 is 24 centimeters squared, so that's our area. And the parallelogram, the area of a parallelogram formula is the same as for the rectangle. So base times height. The base is on the bottom. It's 15 yards. Replace B with 15. Our height is 12 yards, so replace H with 12. Multiply 15 and 12, and we get 118 yards squared. That is our answer. Let's move on. Find the area of the trapezoid below. The area of the trapezoid formula is area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the height, and you're going to divide all of that by 2. So let's fill in the information we know. We don't know the area, but we do know the bases. Base 1 and base 2 are 10 and 18, so we're going to add those up. We're going to need to multiply by h, which is 8 feet, so replace h with 8, and divide by 2. We need to add up the inside of that, or we're going to, and that equals 28. Bring down everything else, the 8, the divided by 2. Let's multiply 28 and 8 next. That equals 224 divided by 2, and when we divide 224 by 2, we get 112 feet squared. That's our final answer. The area of the rhombus below, the formula for this is area equals diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. So the diagonal 1, I'm going to make it 11. So replace D1 with 11. D2 is going to be 8. And again, it does not matter which one you decide is going to be diagonal 1 and diagonal 2 because 8 times 11 is the same as 11 times 8. Anyhow, bring down the divided by 2. So 11 times 8 divided by 2. Let's multiply 11 times 8. And that's 88 divided by 2, which is 44 miles squared. Let's move on. Triangles. So for the we need to find the area of the triangles below. The area of a triangle formula is area equals 1/2 base times height, or area equals base times height divided by 2. We do know the B, which is 8 meters. We know the H, the height, which is 5 meters. And bring down the divided by 2. 8 times 5 is 40. Divide that by 2, and we get 20 meters squared. Let's do the next one. Again, the base and the height are connected by this this box right here, this 90-degree angle box. So base is 12. Replace B with 12. H is 17. Replace H with 17. Divide that by 2. 12 times 17 is 204. Divide that by 2. And so our area is 102 miles squared. All right, last set of triangles. Area equals base times height divided by 2. Our base is 10 centimeters. Our height is 10 centimeters. We're going to divide that by 2. 10 times 10 is 100, divided by 2, and that equals 100 centimeters squared. Finally, we've got our base of 4, base B with 4. Our H is going to be 7, and we're dividing that by 2, so bring that down. So 4 times 7 is 28, divided by 2, and that's 14 meters squared. I'd like to point out that sometimes people like to reduce before they multiply these numbers. That's an optional step, but that wraps up part one. In part two, we're going to learn or use what we just learned in order to find the area of more complicated polygons.